Hello, welcome back everyone. In this section, we will explore the JDBC Architecture, which is a cornerstone for connecting Java applications to databases. And after understanding the architecture, I will show you how to set up JDBC library in IntelliJ IDEA for practical use. So the JDBC is Java Database Connectivity. JDBC is a standard Java API used to interact with databases. It provides methods to perform basic database operations like connecting, querying, updating, and managing transactions. So let's break it down into its main components. So we can see here the Java application is your code. You code on this layer to call the JDBC API. So the JDBC API, this is the core interface that Java developers use to communicate with database. It provides classes like driver managers, connection, statement, and resource set to manage database interactions. And you can see here the JDBC driver. This is the software component that acts as a bridge between your Java application and the database. JDBC drivers are specific to each database. For example, you can use when you work with the Oracle, you will use the JDBC driver for the Oracle. And when you work with the SQL Server, you will use the JDBC driver for the SQL Server, and so on. And in this tutorial, we will use the JDBC driver for the MySQL. And yeah, we also have the JDBC driver manager. This will help you to create a correct driver for connecting your application to the database. Okay, now we will talk about how to implement. Now we will follow the steps to configure your project for the database interaction. Alright, to import the JDBC driver, first you need to download the JDBC. You can open your browser and go to the Google search, or you can directly type in your search on the search bar in the Chrome browser like this. You can search the keyword JDBC download, and you click on the JDBC, and yeah, I think you should write more JDBC download from Maven. Okay, Maven, and you click on the Maven repository here, JDBC drivers, and you choose the MySQL connector, and here you can see some version. You can click on the version 8.0.33, and in here you can see we have some option for Maven, for Gradle, and something like that. But in this tutorial we won't do this. We won't use Maven. We will use Maven in some next session for the Java Advanced when we work with the backend. Alright, so for this we will download the jar file, and then we will import it in your project manually. So you can see the table here, and you look up to the file article, the file row here, and you see the jar file. You can click on the jar. Alright, maybe this version is not supported for the jar file, you can choose another version. Maybe you choose the this version, for example, and you click on the you can choose the version 8.0.29. so you can see if the jar file have the how many size of this. It has a size next to the jar file. You can click on this to download. Alright, you can see we have the downloaded. After you download, you will go back to your IDE IntelliJ, and here you click on the main menu and you choose the file, and you choose the project structure. Alright, and you choose the libraries, and in here you press the plus sign here, and you click on the jar file. Java. Right, you click on Java. And here we have in the download folder. Alright, download folder. I search in the download folder. In the download folder, in the download folder you can see the MySQL connector Java 8.0.29.jar. You can choose this and click OK, and you can click OK to add this library to the project. Okay, and you click OK. And to check whether the library was added to your project, you can click on the external library here to see the list down, and you can see it inside the folder external libraries MySQL connector Java here. Alright, so now we have added successfully the library for JDBC. Very easy, right? So now we try to use the driver manager class. Alright, you can see when you type the driver manager, the IDE automatically import the driver manager on your file here. Let me explain a little bit about the how the components work together step by step before we jump into the coding. So the first step is loading the JDBC driver for your database. Alright, you need to use this class and full name, and in here you need to push MySQL JC JDBC and the driver. Alright, full name and handle exception, because this will throw you an exception, so you need to surround it with the dry cat block, and then you need to create a connection. Now we will use connection. Now we will use the driver managers. In this step we will use the method get connection, and now you will put a URL and then a user and the password for your database system. So before we go deeper, in the next video I am explain a little bit about the URL. So the URL have the syntax like this. First the JDBCs, and then you put the colon, and after the colon you will put the MySQL. So the MySQL is the name of your database, the type of your database system. For example, you're working on MySQL, your database is running on MySQL, so you need to put here MySQL. And if your database system running on SQL Server, you will put SQL Server here. So this phase from this picture, you can see the driver manager, when you use the get connection and you put the URL, so the driver manager will select the correct driver based on the value you put here. If MySQL, it will use the JDBC driver for MySQL, and so on. And after you choose the database system, and then is the URL to your database. Okay, on the system, on the database system, we have the domain of the database system, right? In this tutorial, we create a local system, so we put the domain is the local host, and then we must add the port. For MySQL, we use the port 3306, and then the name of the database. All right, maybe you put the database name here. All right, and then you just put the username and the password for that database. All right, so that is some explanation before we get coding for the JDBC with the database. All right, I think that's it for this video. I hope you can for this video, I hope you can be able to import the library first. So next video we will work with this library to connect the database. Thank you, and see you in the next video.